Drastis. No mercy for the Oathbreakers! Yes. It is an insult that we must share the battlefield with the rabble of the Scarlet Course. When I was conscripted, they made me kill my neighbors. I don't think my bowels can take another month of siege. I'm more afraid of the voices than of Kairos.
Sorry, I can't. Sorry, I can't.
Yes, you can. Are you a lady? Drastis says you're good to pass. Ah! I hit my Windows key. There you go. Your arrival pleases our master.
Right.
Right. Right. Climb the wall. Take.
Can't do that.
I don't have enough subterfuge. How does it get higher? Is there a journal? Is there somewhere I can make notes? Oh wait, maybe... What's her subterfuge? Subterfuge? How do I see her character sheet? Probably C? 34. Velian. Not Ilmarin, he's Velian in this game. Same character as Ilmarin, but different name. 38, he's one away. Journal. Somewhere to add notes. Missives. Spire. Spell creation. Reputation. Notes. There you go. Places to return to. Accept. It's the location I'm at. Okay, lock pick 39 at. Where's the map? M is not the map? Here we go. Is there a bigger map? Toggle loot indicators. Oh, cool. There's little points of interest listed here, too. Does this show up as loot? Oh, it does. Sweet. I think that shows up as loot. Yeah, sweet. Still don't know how to get a map. Oh, Edgering Ruins. Okay, cool. Got it. Is it... Oh, it's probably Edge Ring Ruins, not Edgering Ruins. Done that. Off we go. Let's get out of here. Wait, what? Did I miss something up there? I guess we'll go back up there quickly. My map would... Oh, this is the edge of the map. Oh right, I need more lore. Journal. Lore 35 at Edgering Ruins. This 35? Yes. Okay. So yesterday, I was talking a bit about my tabletop game, Legacy Life Among the Ruins. Quick recap, one of the families being played is Kaiju Slayers, so there's Kaiju in the game. The other one's Uplifts, so there's intelligent animals in the game. And there's a Cult of Ra, so there's an Egyptian pantheon in the game.
Right.
The player's character for the Cult of Ra is a Firebrand, is his character playbook. Okay, this is a map, Disfavored camp. Let's go to the Disfavored camp. This fort was constructed shortly after routing rebels along the valley's western edge. The Archon, Graven Ash, directs all Disfavored efforts from this location. And the Firebrand's abilities are all focused around rousing the rabble and trying to get them to overthrow people or organizations. Take what you can carry, but leave the cart. Otherwise we seize you and your wares. This is robbery. Yes, this is robbery. This is Kairos' law. Hail, Fatebinder. The Disfavored scout nods at your approach. Camp's on up ahead. Don't mind us. Just clearing out the rabble. I still don't understand what I've done to offend. I respect that these are now Disfavored lands, and I'm happy to give the Legion a proper tool, but she's going on about trading rights. What nonsense is that? I am not allowed to trade one thing for another. It's not like I'm selling weapons to angry peasants or anything of the sort. The Overlord regulates all trade. If you lack the proper permits, your goods are forfeit. A trade permit? Well, how is I mean, to whom would I speak for such a thing? Not us, and not our problem. Maybe march your butt to Bastard City and plead your case before Tunon. But we'll lighten your burden and relieve you of your wares first. That should make the long trek a bit more bearable. Anything to be argued before Tunon may be argued before me. What's there to discuss? We should kill this mongrel and... The warrior pauses, placing her hand on the front of her mouth. If the Fatebinder wishes to weigh in on the matter, courtesy demands we listen. The soldier clears her throat, looking at you expectantly. This is a disfavored matter, but I know the agents of the court do so love to throw their judgments around. Well, you could rob me now and have my supplies today. The merchant grabs a flask from his cart. The court of the merchant. Or you can leave me alive and have fermented honey all year long. I even know a few family recipes for painkillers and healing drafts. Certainly any army will need those. He uncorks a small ceramic vial, and the aroma of cloves and lanolin assaults your nose. I have a background. I have a background in brigandry. You do have a lot of perishable goods, but no hauling crew. You're just a battlefield looter. I don't... The merchant tesses up, his face flushing red. I don't know what you're getting at. I'm gonna pick him up by the collar. How stupid do you think I am? So slow down, I'll tell you everything, just don't hurt me. I found most everything out in the forests of the valley. I'd keep my head low when I heard sounds of combat. Then I'd take a look and grab whatever wasn't claimed by the first victors. I'd slow down so I can read properly. So then you stole from the disfavored dead? How else did you get your hands on that iron? The scout points to the merchant's cart. You would come here and sell us our own armaments? If anything has an owner, I will return it. But this iron would have turned to rust if left in mud of the battlefield. The disfavored are few in number. Is that not right? You need a man like me to gather up supplies that would otherwise go to waste. What would Velian do? Trade wares freely. Tolerate your presence, will pay them handsomely for such charity. No, that doesn't help him at all. You may trade your wares freely, but lie again and I'll have you killed. But he has no permits! You're allowing this lowborn wretch to profit when he should toil like any other conquered tearsman? Fatebinder, it is your right to settle disputes when we lock horns with the course, but you have no authority in this matter. I'm gonna step closer. Are you questioning my judgment? I am! You have the right to step in when we disagree with the course, but this fool is not sworn to an Archon and has no protection! The scout runs her hand along her temple, letting out a long hiss of frustration before throwing her arms in the air. You know what? Have it your way, Fatebinder. This isn't worth a court summons from Tunon. My deepest thanks. I thought I was about to be robbed and left for dead. And here I thought the Disfavored would thank me for trying to bring in fresh provisions. I'll be sure to keep my head down and not make any waves. I gained some average favor with Lethian's crossing. Hey, come back. Oh, this is... Wait, what? Slow down a moment. I know we're both eager to watch the Archons bicker over tactics like a pair of magpies, but I need to ask you something first. What's that? The voices of Narat told me that you've come as a mediator. Considering the source, well, I can't help but feel I'm only hearing half the story. So let's have it out. What's so special about you? Why are you so suspicious? It's just a feeling I got. When the Archons are together, the air gets as taut as a bowstring. I can't help but think that no amount of compromise will get them seeing eye to eye. So why invite a mediator from Tunon's court? It doesn't add up. Why do you think the Archons are at odds? I've been with the Scarlet Course since the early days of the conquest, so I can say it's been building for a few years now. There's an energy about those two, like a pair of storms moving to collide. I heard tell that Graven Ash and the Voices of Narat shared some bad blood in the Northern Empire, but I don't know any of the particulars. By my authority, the Archons will fall in line. That sounds like exactly the attitude to set this campaign in the right direction. I don't envy you the task of getting them to cooperate, which sounds about as easy as teaching a tornado to heal. At least you sound like you know what you're doing. What else has the Voices of Narat told you? Only that I could find you in the Edgering ruins. Truthfully, I could have picked you out of a crowd. You're the only one of us who hasn't spent the last few months bathing in the stink of the Mittani River. She laughs, but there's a forced nature to it. Yeah. I have nothing to tell you. All right, if you say so. You're walking with this weight pressing your shoulders, and I thought you could use a reprieve. Enough of this. I must meet with the Archons. Hey, don't let me hold you back. I'm sure whatever you're here to do is important enough that you don't need me stepping in your path. The war tent is just past the center of the camp. One last thing. Be careful around these Disfavored types. They take their work seriously, and most have suffered too many blows to the head. Excuse me. I got another reputation ability. Wait, what's Scarlet? Fury's Rage. Another combo ability. Project intense flames towards Verse, which she catches on her blades and spins into an aura of wreathing flames around her. Nearby foes take burn damage from the flames while they last.
Just point me in the right direction.
Oh. I'm in Disfavored camp. Journal. Notes. Journal. Lockpick 39 at Disfavored ruin camp.
They won't see me coming.
Who do we have here? Step closer and present yourself. Ah, not yet. Oh, I'm gonna check outside the walls first. The wood used for these parapets is pristine and finely cut. These walls have yet to see any battle. Room. The disfavored insignia has been violently defaced. A humble grave lies before you. A battered sword has been used as a marker. The initial B.
A modest grave for the Archon's son, Brennix. We don't bother with funeral rites in the chorus. No point in thanking conscripts for their duty.
Deeply engraved into the iron. I'll have to read those more quickly, I guess. Fast mode doesn't feel fast enough. Stone shield, stone shield. The gate guard holds up a warning hand. Go no further. You approach disfavored ground. State your business. I am Tunan's Fatebinder. Stand aside. I am expected. Ah, so you're the fire starter? Firestarter. Severus and the companies returning from the burning library are telling some harrowing stories about Kairos' edict of fire. I think myself brave, but I'm happy to have been far away from it all. Must have been a terrifying honor to be the messenger of such righteous force. The Firestarter. It was because of a conquest decision I made. In 430 TR, the final year of the conquest of the Tiers, the sages of the Vellum Citadel were expected to surrender without a fight. When the sages violently defended themselves in a prolonged siege, Kairos unleashed an edict of fire, reducing the library fortress to smoldering ruins. Kairos' blah blah blah. Go on in. The soldier gestures toward the gate. The Archons are expecting you. You'll find them in the war tent, center of camp. Graven Ash protects. Stay vigilant, Watcher. Watcher? It's a habit from Pillars of Eternity 2. Stay vigilant, Fatebinder. These arrows were fletched with precision and care. These spears are uniform in their quality craftsmanship. Give me this imbued rod of strength. Can't talk to you. I'm itching to get back on the battlefield. You can't make out the ironclad soldier's expressions under his twisted helmet. He merely stares at you. He's not talking.
Can't do that.
That was a description.
Can't do that. Sorry, I can't.
I can't. Sorry, I can't. Aha! One I can unlock finally. I leveled up. Ooh, and I got one centrifuge. That means I can go back and unlock all the things. My first time leveling up. Level up bonus. Plus 20% endurance defense. Plus 20% will defense. But it's 20 seconds? That's not exciting. That means it's only useful really in combat. So I've been streaming a lot lately, but as I'm getting better, I'm probably going to be busy with work again, unfortunately. Coming up soon, starting Saturday, and I imagine with all the people getting sick, probably be lots of people getting sick and booking off, so I'll be filling in for a lot of folks. I imagine I'm going to be pretty busy for the coming weeks. Attribute points. With each level, you can increase one of your character's attributes: might, finesse, quickness, wits, vitality, or resolve. With their powers combined, they form Velian, Fatebinder of Kairos. Each of these attributes provides benefits to your character, as well as increases one or more skills. Increasing an attribute costs 1 point until the attribute score reaches 19. To raise an attribute from 19 to 20 requires 2 attribute points. Cool. Go with some might. Does might increase? Does it increase any skills? Increases one-handed weapon and two-handed weapon. Oh. Okay. Are there other skills, or are those all the skills? Sport skills. Okay. Quickness increases subterfuge, dual wield, and unarmed combat. Alright. What's this? This is will? Wits. Increases lore and magic staff. Finesse. Unarmed combat and bows. And athletics a little bit. And parry. Now you'd think that quickness increases some defense. Ah, it increases dodge. Vitality does not increase any skills. Nor does resolve. I guess I'll go with quickness. So it increases my dual wield and my subterfuge and my dodge. Anything else? Talents, journal. Talents. What's going on here? Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, agility. Do I have any spare points? I have 1 point. So far we have flurry of blows, unleash double attack, slice. Everything's by cooldown here too, so having extra abilities isn't necessarily bad. Adds bonus accuracy and damage to attacks made from stealth. Arrow shield. When superior, replace dodge with parry while defending against ranged attacks. I think my dodge is going to be higher than my parry. Feint. Add a feint to your thrust ability, blinding your opponents as you strike them with your attack. Blinded affliction for 14.1 seconds. Accuracy reduced by 30. Lightfoot. Plus 25% movement speed. I do like movement speed. Unseen advantage. Apply poison with weapon attacks made from stealth. Duelist. While wielding a melee weapon, sometimes riposte missed melee attacks. Also, gain bonus accuracy when wielding a weapon with nothing in your offhand. Unfettered. Gain a burst of movement speed for a short duration. During this time, you cannot be engaged. This game does have engagement. Form a leg sweep against nearby enemies. If successful, targets are knocked prone. What's this? Dual wield mastery. Increases weapon damage while wielding a weapon in each hand and allows basic attacks to strike multiple times. Sounds like a good candidate. Is there something that lets me swap my parry with my dodge? Okay, let me check my character. Don't save. I have dodge 38, parry 38. They're equal right now. Oh, parry is based on 12 ranks plus half of wits and 1.5 times finesse. And dodge is 1.5 times quickness plus half of wits. Plus 9 ranks. Currently, there's no point in having something that switches the defenses because they're equal. But I'd still like to know if something that does that exists. Defense. Not interested in defense. Heavy guard. I'm not going to wear heavy armor. Leadership. It won't be in leadership. How about power? It might be in power. Cleave. Focus strike. Increases weapon damage with two-handed melee weapons. Allows basic attacks to strike multiple times. Unarmed mastery. Hit strike. Massive blow. Its weakness. Da, 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 da. Brawler. Nope. Range, maybe? Evasive. There you go. So that'd be in the range tree. Place parry with dodge while defending against melee attacks. I might want to go down the range tree a little bit at some point. We'll see. What's leadership do? Bandolier. Party gains 2 additional quick item slots. Consumables used while in combat are more effective. Mark enemy adds marking effect to the thrust ability. Attacks against the marked target gain bonus accuracy. Mark lasts until the enemy dies. Marked affliction. Plus, oh, it's 20 accuracy bonus. That's pretty high. Abundant arms. Party gains use of 1 additional weapon set and can switch weapons in combat with a lower recovery penalty. Leadership abilities look pretty good. Probably not going to take them because it doesn't suit the character, but if I have spare points, I might go down there. Go down that tree. Anyway, back to agility. Yes, we'll take dual wield mastery. Now, does she have any talents? Doesn't. She's talentless. Versus a talentless hack. Wait, what? Oh, that's my level up bonus. Oh, let's talk to Isotannis. Isotannis curses the air as a blade of thin iron breaks in half beneath his hammer. Repairing weapons with scrap isn't exactly why I got into this craft, but our supplies are spent. He wipes the sweat from his brow and gets a better look at you. Why not forget bronze? Oh, why not forge bronze? Bronze will do in a pinch, don't get me wrong. It can take a beating and get bent back into shape, unlike the stubborn iron we have here. He glances at a pile of his work with dread. And we always have plenty of tin and copper lying around, so supplies aren't the problem. It's a rare smith who can churn out military-grade bronze consistently. More often than not, it comes out soft. Look around camp. We're garbing the Legion head to toe in iron because it's cheaper and easier to produce for the masses. Couldn't do that with bronze. They call the Disfavored the Iron Legion for a reason. Strategy and skill may be our backbone, but our claws are made of iron. The good stuff that comes from the smiths in Lethian's Crossing. You mentioned an iron shortage? I'm afraid so. The last shipment sent down the Matani went missing near Echo Call Crossing, and I'm afraid we won't be seeing any more now that the valley is sealed. Forge-bound iron is Tunon's responsibility. Why is this the first I'm hearing of it? Keep your voice down. Isutani flinches and lowers his own. Graven Ash doesn't want to cause a panic or pass any information to the Vendrian Guard. Best case scenario, the iron tumbled off a boat and is rusting on a riverbed. Worst case, it ends up in enemy hands. If I find myself an echo call, I suppose I can keep an eye out. I appreciate that, as does the great general. More than you might guess. Maybe he isn't quick to offer his thanks to outsiders, but I know he'll be grateful for your help. It would be a boon to the war effort if our iron was recovered. I'm here to help, even if that means cleaning up the Archon's mess. No need to salt the wound, Fatebinder. None of us is mistaken in thinking that the siege has gone exactly as planned. He glances to a crate beside him and points to a small set of notches on the wood. You see that? That is how we tell apart our iron shipments from the rest. Inconspicuous, so people don't go snooping around. You'll want to keep your eye out for these. Good hunting. Need something else? I'd like to see your wares. No surprise, I can't afford anything.